welcome. And yeah, it's pretty casual. Jump in with questions anytime. And you can either just shout out because there's a small group of us, or you can put your hand up and I should be able to spot it as the host.
This one caught my eye because it actually reminded me of the watch I had when I was a child. Now, I appreciate this is a replica of the rectangular design, but yeah, I liked it. It reminded me of my childhood. It's got some pretty cool specs. It doesn't have to be the most fanciest, most expensive watch. It can be quite simple, £100 sort of thing. So yeah, that's why I got this. Yeah, that's it really. Just something different.
I'm glad that evening turned into a watch purchase.
Well, yeah, Hamish was quite convincing.
And it's so cool. Tash, my partner, was also convinced by Hamish to buy some G-Shocks, and she bought the same watch in two different colors that she went, you basically can't destroy them. And ages ago, Hamish wrote a great blog on the technology that stops G-Shocks from, well, actually the G-Shock technology. So the sort of suspension of the mechanics and the movement of the watch within a sort of rubber ball within the case, which is worth revisiting. I was thinking about your Air King, Stuart, that you showed us quite a while ago, the one that has all the different sort of, it's got like 3 or 4 different types of indices on it. And it's the same with this watch. It's got 2 types of indices. It's got Roman numerals at 12 and 6, which I think is really interesting, and then just really simple straight markers otherwise. It's a really simple way for a watchmaker to add just a little bit of subtle interest to a really simple, elegant face.
Nice thing as well, I don't normally associate IWC as making dress watches.
No.
And it's a beautiful watch. What size is the case? Because
yeah, it is. I knew you were going to ask me that. I think it's 39 or 40 mil.
Right.
It wears bigger, I think.
I know why.
You'd expect it to. And I don't know
because it's all watch face and very little case.
Yeah.
Now this watch is quite interesting. Of course, it's interesting because that's the reason why I got it. Yes. It's a little bit different, and you're probably all aware, right, that this has got the caliber 2500 coaxial movement, designed by the all famous George Daniels. Now, I don't know if anybody know about the history about the coaxial movement with Omega, right, and but in particular of the 2500, that they did 4 different iterations of the movement. Yes.
Did you seek it out because of that movement story?
No,
Did you end up with this watch well before
I tell you what, good question that is. No, I put Aquaterra in there, and I was for eBay, of course, right? It's an eBay, and it came up, and don't ask me how, right? But somebody they put up for eBay. Obviously, the person didn't know what they were doing, yes, because they put a buy at no price of 800 quid on it.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So my finger, I don't think it was on there for longer than probably about 5 minutes before I whacked it. Yes.
So this is my Jaeger-LeCoultre perpetual calendar. If anyone ever offers you a perpetual calendar, don't buy one. They are very complicated, and if anything goes wrong, you basically need to buy a new watch. So this is from the early 1990s, and I bought this at auction. And you can see in the little top right-hand corner where the year indicator is, it's slightly misaligned. And I went into the JLC boutique on Bond Street a couple of years ago and said, I need to have this serviced. Can you sort of price it up and send it off? And she said, we've only got 3 watchmakers in Switzerland that work on the perpetual calendars. Our lead time's about 9 months if you're lucky. And they won't be able to give a price until they finished it. I thought, well, in that case, I probably won't have it serviced. Thank you very much. But it's unusual for a few things. So the first is it's really small. So it's 35.5 mil. So if you think about what a perpetual calendar does, it tells you the top dial is the month. On the right, it's the day of the week. This has got a moon phase as well in the bottom subdial. It's got the date of the month on the left-hand side. And then that tiny little box is not only the year, but the leap year. And so a perpetual calendar is really cool because it, once every 4 years, knows to add in a 29th of February. The Charles-Lecoutre perpetual calendar will go until the year 2100 before it has to be reset to do another, I think it's 1,000 years after that. It's a completely bonkers watch to have in such a small size. So the current model perpetual calendar is about 40 mil because it's cheaper to make. It's so difficult to make something so complicated, so small. It's actually also incredibly thin. So I think for a while it was the thinnest perpetual calendar in the world. So
there's 3 watches now I've got in my collection that, and it's the Tank watch, Santos, and a JLC Reverso. So yeah, I think they're just 3 stunning watches, but that my wallet hasn't gone towards yet. But with all these things, it's always the hunt is the enjoyable part, though, isn't it? It's the hunt.
Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. It's great to see you. Time's flown by again. Thanks again, everyone. Anyone got any further questions before we go?
Hi, if I may just say something. So thanks for having me. This is sort of, I'm only getting into watch collecting now, so I'm complete amateur. I know nothing. I've just been sitting and taking it all in, making notes, and so yeah, this has been wonderful. And yeah, I have questions, but I imagine when we meet again, I will throw them at you. So yeah, thank you so much. I have a question actually. It's my dad's 60th this year, and it's always been difficult to buy gifts for him because he's a man that has everything and wants nothing. Yep. So I thought I'd get an Omega Aquaterra for him because I personally like that watch, and it's within budget. So I don't know, just thoughts on buying him a new one. I thought about getting him a 1961 Omega, but it was quite tricky, and I don't know how to tell the sort of condition of it because I obviously don't know these things. So I figured just buying him a new one. So yeah, just your thoughts on that being sort of my first purchase, not for myself, but I'm pretty sure he'd leave it to me in his will. So yeah.
Drop me your details because I think you came in through Meetup, didn't you? So I don't have your details. So just if you contact us either via email, I'm just hamish@thewatchcollectors.club, or on the social media, then we can keep answering questions and give you even more buying tips, especially if you're near to or located in London, then we can give you lots of tips. Practically, if you're elsewhere, I can look for you as to where might be the place to go and look.
Okay, that sounds good.
Likewise, I've bought a lot of vintage Omegas and I've made some horrible mistakes, so I can help you avoid those as well.
Okay, that'll be good to know.
I've bought some good things, but I've made a couple of mistakes. So
okay.
Yeah,
thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
No, not at all.
Great.
Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, well, we're over the hour, so thank you very much, everybody. Another great session. We will keep doing virtual events as well. So the great thing about the world moving to virtual events as a more normal thing is they're more accessible. So we do look out for us continuing to do those. And then, as I said, we're really focusing on getting back to some in-person events before the end of the year where we can all actually just see a lot more watches in person as well.